to Ed Foodie. Today we're going to make an interesting side dish. It's going to be beets with a pomegranate glaze on it. So let's get started. I've got 1.5 cups of chicken stock. And I've got 1.5 cups of pomegranate juice. We're going to bring that under a high heat, let it boil for about 5 minutes so it reduces a little bit. The chicken stock and the pomegranates, it's about maybe half of what was originally there to boil away. I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of this pomegranate molasses. I had trouble finding it at the store, so I made my own. And I'll show you how to make it at the end of the video. So I'm putting in about 3 tablespoons. We've got 4 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to add just a little salt and pepper to taste. Then I've got 2 pounds of fresh beets that I've skinned and cut into about 6 pieces per beet. I had 3 beets made to 2 pounds. So we're going to let that butter melt in there good. And then we're going to turn this down to a simmer and let the beets cook for about 30 minutes. It's been 30 minutes. The beets are starting to cook down good, and the syrup juice is starting to thicken a little bit. I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of coriander. We'll stir that in. I hear a dog in the background. And then we're going to let this cook for another 15 minutes. Beets have been cooking another 15 minutes, and you can see the nice glaze forming so that they're done, and I've tested them, they're tender and finished. So we will transfer these. Oh yeah, look at that. Our topping ingredients actually are more than the ingredients we have for the beets. So here's our beets. I'm going to top it with a little bit of toasted sesame seed. And then finely chopped pistachio nuts. And I love Feta cheese on my beets. And then finally, just to add some color, and I love the flavor of mint. Does that look wonderful?
Good.
Now, the taste test. Let's make sure we got some of the cheese for sure. Yeah, that's very good. It's kind of the molasses, or the pomegranate molasses kind of reminds me a little bit of balsamic vinegar. So it's kind of a sweet and sour tartness to it. But yeah, very good.
It's not hot?
Mm-hmm. Very hot. Yeah, so it's very good. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and please subscribe to Ed Foodie. So this pomegranate beet recipe calls for some pomegranate molasses, which I could not find at the store. So I'm gonna make my own. So I've got 1 cup of pomegranate juice. Pour it into a pot. I got it on medium heat right now, on a low, small burner. I've got about 1.25 tablespoons of lemon juice. And I'm going to add 1/4 cup of sugar. Once the juice and sugar mixture begins to boil, turn the heat down to medium-low and have a very low simmer. And we're going to check on this every 15 minutes and stir it until it starts to bubble very aggressively. 15 minutes is up. We're just going to give it a quick stir. It's still pretty watery. So it's been 20 minutes. And as you can see, the bubbles are starting to get a little more aggressive. It's still pretty liquidy and it's not sticking to the spoon like a syrup. So we'll let it go for like maybe another 10 minutes. And it will be not real thick until it cools off, then it gets a lot thicker. So we can see the pomegranate now is mini bubbles going very viciously. And when I stick a spoon in there, it's coating the back of the spoon very good. That's what we're looking for. So I'm going to turn the heat off and let this come to room temperature. So just to give you an idea, when it's all finished, the pomegranate molasses looks something like this. And then this is what we used in the previous recipe.